Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video. Hopefully you've been enjoying your weekend. For us students, it's a 3-day weekend because Martin Luther King Day is on Monday, so that's great. First day of NFL. I was watching a lot of NFL, so this video might not be as in-depth as you guys might want it to be, but I'm still going to talk about all the games. There's a decent amount of headlines. If the NBA was smart, they wouldn't have a lot of games on during the wild card weekend and just fucking flood the week next week with them, but I guess they kind of have to play games. My Celtics played tonight. I watched a little bit of it. They were down to kind of start this game, and I was surprised. We were at the our school basketball game. Shout out to SIUE. We were at the I got that at the game. We were at our college basketball game, and I missed a decent amount of it. But yeah, Jason Tatum and the Celtics roll past the Hornets for their 6th straight victory. They're on fire once again, and they've had some really good streaks throughout the season, and they're continuing. Jason Tatum, very pivotal third quarter for him, and he scored really well in this game. Malcolm Brogdon played amazing, and we were able to win by 16. Just keep on pushing the season along. The Celtics are 32-12. They're playing some unreal basketball. As of now, they could possibly win 70 games. Obviously, they're not going to do that, but it's crazy to think that 44 games through the season, yeah, it's possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, okay. Tatum had some nice dunks. Robert Williams was hitting some tough shots for us. Jalen McDaniels elevating, getting to the rim, throwing stuff down. LaMelo Ball was smacking some threes. Nick Richards was hitting some shots for the Hornets, but man, oh man, this Celtics team is playing really well. Jason Tatum, 33 points. And don't forget about Marcus Smart. 13 points, 12 assists. He played a really big role in this game. And 30 points for Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. I've said this over and over. I think Malcolm Brogdon is one of, if not the best 6 men in the league. I think he is absolutely incredible. So, yeah, that's just kind of my thing. I don't really have much to say about the Celtics. 30 points from Malcolm Brogdon, 67% from 3. You look at the other side here, you get a 31-point performance for LaMelo, and you get 21 points out of Scary Terry, the Scary Terry. Jalen, I like Mason Plumlee, shout out to him, but usually he is more of an efficient shooter, and he just wasn't that this game. He only shot 40% from the field. He had 16 rebounds. He's a pretty viable center in the league, but he had 9 points. Guys like Jalen McDaniels, we're talking about like Kai Jones, JT Thor, Caleb Martin, Nick Richards, Mark Williams, Dennis Smith, like all those guys on the bench, they need to start contributing for this team. I know this team is kind of realize that they're not going to do much this year, but come on, you got to go out there and win a couple games. They are playing a really good Celtics team though. Bucks and Heat, very interesting time for this game. It was at noon. I probably could have watched this entire game, but I was working on homework and going to lunch, and we were doing all that stuff. But yeah, Gabe Vincent leads the Heat to their 2nd straight win over the Bucks, and the Heat are looking good right now, man. They're rolling. Obviously no Giannis, but great scoring from both Gabe Vincent and Bam Adebayo, and Bam Adebayo also gave us some boards this game. They were able to win by 16. They are winning in pretty dominant fashion. Victor Oladipo in Showtime, playing some defense, getting in fast break, throwing it down. AJ Green hits. Who the hell is that? AJ Green hitting threes from the corner. Max Strus getting to the wing, finding his spots, hitting threes. Gabe Vincent's jump shot is so smooth. He is such a good player. I've kind of known this for a while, and Grayson Allen and Victor Oladipo had a nice little competitive moment there in the game. But looking at the Bucks, their sole star player was Drew Holiday. He had 12 points and 10 assists, and even that's not that impressive. You look at the bench, and guys like Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Marjon Beaucamp. With Giannis and all of them injured, they definitely need to get guys like that off the bench a little more involved. But looking at the Heat, 20 points, 13 rebounds for Bam Adebayo. You get 27 points out of Gabe Vincent. And off the bench, Victor Oladipo, he's been a pretty big part of this run here. He had 20 points. He shot 50% from downtown. Yeah, Victor Oladipo has been a pretty big part here. But Grizzlies, Pacers. Ja Morant slam in Indy highlights the Grizzlies' 9th straight win. The Grizzlies are looking unstoppable right now, guys. Great scoring, great passing from Ja Morant, ferocious dunks, getting to the rim, throwing it down, man. He put on a damn show. The Grizzlies were able to win by 18 tonight. He was a fucking walking highlight reel. Incredible one-handed dunk of the year candidate. Probably one of the best dunks I've seen all year. I mean, the things this guy can do on a basketball court is quite impressive. Isaiah Jackson was getting to the rim and dunking it. I mean, Ja Morant also playing defense. He wasn't just playing offense. I mean, he was getting chase downs, the elevation. This guy is so athletic. But Andrew Nembhard had some pretty good passes. He was passing the ball around pretty well. But yeah, looking at the Grizzlies, 23 points and 10 assists for Ja Morant, and you get 25 points out of Desmond Bane. So it's nice to see kind of Desmond Bane being back in his element a little bit. Really, for the Pacers, it was their bench players. 13 points and 11 assists for TJ McConnell. Shot 50% from 3, 60% from the field. And you get a 25-point performance for Chris Duarte. Now, I really like seeing Benedict Mathurin start, man. But they lost the game, and I would say, guys like Buddy Hield, who normally has way better games than this, needs to play better. Buddy Hield, James Johnson, O'Shea Brissett, guys like that definitely need to step up for this squad if they want to start winning more games. Obviously, I'm not hating on this team because they're having a great season so far for what they were expected to do. But, yeah, Hawks Raptors. Trae Young scores 29, DeJounte Murray 27 as the Hawks beat the Raptors by 11. Great scoring for both Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, of course. They never trailed. They were dominant throughout this entire game. Trae Young was hitting some three-pointers. John Collins, one of the best alley-oop finishers in the league, and he showed it tonight. Yeah, let's just take a look at the box score and stuff. You get Onyeka Okongwu playing some fantastic minutes lately for the Hawks. I mean, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 50% from the field. You get 29 points for Trae, 27 points for DeJounte Murray, and they each shot 40% from 3. So that's some pretty consistent stuff right there. Moving on to the Raptors, 27 points and 12 rebounds for Scotty Barnes. He definitely had a game. What is going on with Fred VanVleet? I know he has it in him to play better basketball than this. I'm just not sure what he's doing. I mean, 3 points? He made one shot in 26 minutes. Obviously guys like Christian Coloco and Juan Hernangomez definitely need to hold up the fort off the bench. But, man, Fred VanVleet, are we serious? I mean, this guy could easily go for 10 to 15 points. That's not even that difficult for him to do. He just had a bad beat. I mean, he averages 18 points a game this season. It's kind of hard to believe that. I mean, fluky games like that out of their star players is the reason why they're such a bad team right now. And to be fair, the Hawks are starting to kind of try to fight back too. I mean, neither of these teams are that good. But Cavs Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards and the bench lift the Wolves to a 8-point victory actually over the Cavs. Great scoring for Anthony Edwards. I mean, their bench played really well. Including guys like Naz Reid. He blocked the ball, ran the floor, got a dunk. Jalen Nowell getting some tough shots. Donovan Mitchell for the Cavs, passing the ball around pretty well. Yeah, Jalen Nowell was getting to the rim. He was tough, man. Naz Reid dunking on a great at-the-rim defender in Jared Allen, and obviously Jared Allen got injured. Has gotten injured a couple of times since I've been saying that on this channel, but he's still a good player. Looking at the Cavs, they played like shit. This is the worst I've seen the Cavs play. They did not play good at all. I don't have any positives here. I mean, guys like Isaiah Coro definitely needed to step up a little bit more. Kevin Love, Lamar Stevens, Chetty Osman, Ricky Rubio. All those guys need to put in some more effort. But man, the lone scorer for the Timberwolves, we get 26 points for Anthony Edwards. He shot 50% from 3, so there you go. Moving on, 76ers and Jazz. This was a very good game. Wow, this is pretty sick. Joel Embiid's jumper gives the 76ers a 1-point win over the Jazz. Made a jumper with 5.7 seconds left, and yeah, Joel Embiid playing like an MVP, leading his team to victories in tough situations. I mean, the Jazz are pretty shit right now, but man, he was their hero. Step back jumpers, Jordan Clarkson down the stretch was hitting some pretty big time shots. Taylor Horton-Tucker was hitting some shots, and he was also playing defense. THT actually had a pretty solid game. Very nice shots for Joel Embiid this game. He played really well. He had 30 points. He shot 67% from 3, 50% from the field. Man, I'm telling you, this big three for the Sixers with Maxey, Embiid, and Harden, it's fucking crazy. Like, the scoring arsenal they have is very impressive. 21 points for Tyrese Maxey. You get 31 points and 11 assists for James Harden off of 40% three-point shooting. Shout out to James Harden, man. He's been playing some really good basketball lately. And because he's not on, like, a very popular team, people are pushing him to the side. I don't watch a lot of like ESPN. I'm not very in the loop with the media. Maybe I should start doing that, but like from what I've heard on like Twitter and shit, no one's talking about this guy. But looking at the Jazz, you get 15 points, 12 rebounds for Walker Kessler. I think this is his rookie campaign. He didn't miss a single shot this game. He played really well. 38 points. Jordan Clarkson is a guy you want on your team. I'm telling you, like, he might not be the most poised scorer in the NBA, but dude, he's a bucket getter. He goes out there and just kind of hoops, you know. There's a guy that's fundamental, and then there's a guy that kind of goes out there and hoops, and that's what Jordan Clarkson does. 20 points off the bench for THT. He played great. He shot 50% overall, so shout out to him. I mean, obviously, guys like Jared Vanderbilt, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Ochai Agbaji, you know, the rookie. This team could definitely use some help from guys like that, but man, there were still some positives for the Jazz in that game, no doubt. Mavs, Trailblazers, I'm telling you guys, I don't know what it is, but these late-night games have been so trash. I mean, Damian Lillard, he is 32, and the Blazers are able to beat the Mavs by 17 to end a skid. How in the hell, a team like the Mavs that are playing really well this year, how are they losing by 17 to the Blazers? I'm watching the football game until like 10:30, and then I'm turning on this game for an hour. Give me a good basketball game to watch, you know? But, I mean, great scoring for Damian Lillard, passing the ball as well. They snapped a 5-game losing streak, so, yeah, shout out to him. You know, Damian Lillard falling back into his shot, hitting some tough ones. Also, great passing, you know, getting Yusuf Nurkic to the rim and getting him open and stuff. Yeah, Damian Lillard was playing well. You know, he was hitting threes, he was passing the ball around. Yusuf Nurkic had a couple of nice shots in this game, but man, Reggie Bullock. Shout out to Reggie Bullock, man, because despite this loss, this man put up 24 points, shot 80% from the field. He shot 8 for 10, guys, from the three. Every shot he takes is threes. You should kind of know this about Reggie Bullock by now. But Spencer Dinwiddie as well. I mean, this team played well. I mean, there are definitely some shitty performances here, but I mean, 25 points for Spencer Dinwiddie off of 67% overall shooting. Luka Doncic had 15 points and 10 assists. I mean, obviously, you know, Dwight Powell, Davis Bertans, JaVale McGee, Frank Ntilikina, Jalen Hardy, I think is his name. Jaden Hardy, whatever, AJ Lawson. Those are guys that came in late in the game. I'm not really worried about those guys. It's more like Ntilikina, JaVale McGee, Davis Bertans, and Dwight Powell that definitely need to step up for this team. Looking at the Blazers, I mean, Yusuf Nurkic, 22 points, 11 rebounds. He shot 60% overall. 36 points, 10 assists for Damian Lillard, shooting 55% overall. 21 points for Anthony Simons. He shot 50% overall as well. So this team played really well. They shot 56% from the field, 42% from three-point land. That constitutes a really good performance in my books. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video here in a little bit until about 2 o'clock or whatever. I'm going to be making thumbnails for tomorrow's video, so I'm kind of, so I'm more prepared, you know? Yeah, it's been GZTV as always. It's more of me making the, weekly track roundup video, because with The Walking Dead, I can just copy and paste a picture, put like the episode title, all that stuff, and we're just done. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more NBA content. We try to do every single night, just talk about the games. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. It's pretty much Friday for me right now. So tomorrow Saturday, tomorrow Sunday. That's how I'm looking at it. It's a 3-day weekend. So